Now I thought about the way things are, and I realized that family is the best thing you can do. And being in the midst of a family, if it's possible. So breaking bread and spending time with people you love is the epitome of life, in my opinion. Because if you look at the opposite side, if you flop it or you flip it, then that means one is alone. If you got a buddy or two that you hang with, that actually ends up being a family. So unless you have a strong desire to not have any vines or strings or connections to any other human life, then being alone, I guess I understand why that component is what you choose. But to me, when it comes to economics, money does have value, but you don't work for the money works for you. So I took a flight and I used the money that I work for to position myself to spend time with family. Getting off the assembly line, which is working for the man, so to speak, and taking upon myself to take the initiative to spend time with people that I love is a big move. But because of the assembly line experience and mentality, I've dealt with the headache for the past couple of days trying to deal with the concept of it, worrying about it. Will they let me get back on the wheel? Will they be nice enough to let me go back to working for them again to make them rich? I'm begging y'all. I'm begging y'all to let me be a slave for you. King Samuel poem is a character, but he's not a character. I have been with and created King Samuel poem a long, long time ago. I actually was pretty prominent in the Kentucky area working for Comair Airlines, and was living in Cincinnati. I was probably about 33 or something like that, about 33 years old. And it came to me, this Godxstalker thing came to me. I bought into the concept fully because I realized that, man, what is it that I'm supposed to be focusing on? It can't be woman, because woman has proven to have let me down. It can't be kids or whatever, because I haven't always had kids in our lives or in my life. So what is it, considering that other humans can pass away and transcend? What is it? What is it? What is it? Then I realized as I walk to and fro on a daily basis, still with breath inside of my lungs. One more. I need a third one for the Holy Spirit. Breathe. It's therapy instead of giving somebody $1,000-something an hour on a couch. But nonetheless, I realize that God is it. The way man stalks a woman in the daytime with a flashlight, I want her, I want her, I want her. I decided, why don't I stalk God in such a manner? So I named it Godxstalker. My two kids told me, true story. They said, Dad, we found out something. I was 33 then. I'm 47 now. So me and King Samuel poem and my Godxstalker concept got 14, 15 years and counting of experience with each other. So I write the no Pillow and War, and I cut right into the middle where I've been, the 14, 15 years plus. But my two kids said, hey, Dad, listen, we got some bad news. There's a character or a action figure named Godxstalker. So I didn't want to lose the title. So what I ended up doing was putting an X in between God and the stalker part. That can serve multiple reasons. Christmas, they sometimes do Xmas, so you crossed out Christ and put the X in there. So here's what I did. I put God in there so that word still fits and sits. I put an X in between the stalker part to show that there's a separation. Kids know this from being in school. When you get an X on your paper, that's a bad thing. So that X in between there is me. You got God, you got the X, and then it's the stalker part. The X is silent, so do not pronounce it when you see it at the movie theaters. It's not there. You know how you X somebody out, how women don't return your phone calls. They X you out. You know, they see your text message or that you have called because these are smartphones and things that people have. So guys, I just want to tell you, and women included that might go through to some of that stuff, they have X'd you out. So Godxstalker is the story of my king, who can be any one of you guys or ladies as well that feel royal, that trying to get yourself into a position that you're supposed to be in and running things. Shout out to all free men and women. What do you mean free? Entrepreneurs, people who earn income based off of their own efforts, who don't have to answer to anybody else. Shout out to them. Godxstalker is about a king who has those types of freedoms, but here is his problem. Psychologically, he's not free. He's distraught, destroyed, and depressed and schizophrenic because he can't get his wife to love him. So he goes on a binge and he's hellbound in a focus to destroy and kill any man who fantasizes or dreams about having any kind of sexual relationship or contact with his wife. He has disappeared, so now he made his life dedicated to this concept. So you just said Godxstalker was about finding God. Well, maybe he made this woman his God. Or maybe God in the sky, God in the existence of life. To be continued. Check out my Godxstalker series. Send me your email address. I'll send you guys. Right now I have 12 different episodes, paragraphs, whatever, because I know a man's and a woman's attention span is not that long. So I made each chapter or each episode just like a short paragraph. It's packed, though. Pay attention. Read it back and forth again, because I got people who ask me questions about, well, what about this? This doesn't go. Read it again. And then once I reveal to them verbally what it is that they possibly may have missed, and they say, oh, now I see it. So some of it is written in 2, 3 different levels. So I might talk about a sexual thing, and I might be talking about some flowers, or I might be talking about, a garden or something like that. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, because you never know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. But you got your own mind and your own conclusions that you can draw, and that's what this is about. Let's start thinking, people. Godxstalker is the introduction to thinking. For those who may have taken a break or a hiatus, let's get back on that horse and start riding it. I'm a Clydesdale, so let's make this thing go. Godxstalker, coming through a theater near you, or maybe it's just going to be on Cold Crown, my network. How about that? So sign up for Cold Crown, KOLDKROWN. Subscribe, like, comment, share, tell it to other people. We're going to go big. This platform is going to happen, and everything is going to go good. Y'all hear me? I do love y'all, so I want to say that to you if I never talk to you again. I love y'all.